Greetings everybody and welcome back to another episode of Workers and Resources Silver Republic. This is episode number 8 and it is an exciting episode for episode number 8 because today what we are going to do is we are going to be adding citizens to Bravoslav. It is finally at that time. Everything has been built. There's nothing left to build. Everything is ready. We still have some development that is future planned, and we also do have a construction that needs to be completed, which is construct the the gas station. So that is going to happen as well in this episode. We are going to build the gas station, but as well we also need to get underway on construction on these small parts, just because there's a little bit of construction left. Nothing crazy, but we also have foreign workers heading off to go tackle these other tasks, as like being teachers, doctors, and sellers. So what we're going to have to do is probably take out another loan, just so that we can hit the surplus. Oh, I'm just going to pause it while I kind of talk. So what we're going to have to do is we're probably going to have to take out another loan. That loan is going to probably be another $600,000 because we need to bring in a bunch of citizens, and those can't just be out of dollars. They can't be immigrants. They have to be from the Soviet bloc. They can't be with US dollars because they will not be able to work, and if they're not able to work, then we have a lot of stuff just kind of sitting around. We really do need people to be able to work, so that the foreign workers that come in, they can be taken to these other locations. And then once we have a good equilibrium of everything going on, then we should be able to not need to bring in foreign workers anymore, unless it's something that is far away or we just want our construction office to do it. So with that being said, I think it's time. I think it's no better time than the present, as I believe actually this guy currently can't go anywhere. There's no way for him to get out of his house. So maybe we'll let that finish. I'll work on another project while they just kind of wrap up the projects here. Shouldn't take too long to wrap that up, and then we will be ready to roll in citizens. I really do hope that we don't run into an issue where either we don't have enough workers to supplement what is going on with this city. Hopefully we can have enough going on so that we don't have to worry about any backlogs. So there was something too that I wanted to look at, because you can plant trees, but I don't know if planting trees costs you money. But I know it looks pretty good when they do grow up. So I'm going to place a couple trees. I don't know if it's going to cost me money, but when those trees finally grow up, because right now they're just little saplings, I'm not sure how long it does take for those trees to grow, but once they grow up, that'll be good. So we are still making our own gravel. I wish it was a bit faster than kind of what it's pumping out, because we are chewing through the gravel. So what might have to happen is we might need to just tell these minis to pick up their own workers currently, as they're not going to be able to pick up workers from this bus stop, as all the workers are kind of heading off to go do what's asked of them in the town. I'm going to lower this to 2. I don't think we need that many. Maybe I'll lower the doctors to 10 just until we can kind of see. I'm going to leave this at 25. I know we're going to need a fair bit. Lower that to 2. I'm going to lower these down just to kind of numbers that I think might be needed, and not try to overstock, because we can always add workers, but it's hard to take well, I guess it's easy to take them off, but it's always easier to just add some workers to it instead of having them overfilled. Right, awesome. So they are going to be underway. I'm not going to start the construction there yet until all the construction is finalized in the town. But I guess what we could do is, because we do have a offset, with workers going there is we probably could, because we have this building, and these buildings. We pretty much have all the buildings up and operational. So I don't see why we couldn't hire in workers and then they can help me fill out the rest. So let's go ahead and take out a loan. So as discussed, I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a 5-year, 600,000 for another loan. We're going to borrow that money. So now this is the, I guess, scary part. So what I think I'm going to have to do is I'm probably going to, because, right, we have a need for 10 doctors, 10 teachers, that's 20, 7 professors, that's 17. And I think that's all of our, so 19. And then this, we don't need that many. So it's like about 24, give or take, that we need. So what I think I have to do, because this gives us 5, we're going to need about 24 experts so they can teach everyone. So if I just do 5 and I do 5 times 5, it gives us about 25. So I'll probably do about 6 so I can have 30 just in case some don't end up going to work. But I might even need 40. So that means I'm going to need 5, 10. So it's, no, it's 2, and then another is 40. So I'm going to need 8 for me to get 40. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to get 80 experts. That's going to be a big surplus, but that's going to guarantee that we always have somebody at work in those sections, and we can always add if we need. So let's do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that gives us 40. And then we're going to also have to hire in immigrants that can be workers so that we have enough workers to hit our demand. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to fill these 2 buildings first. And actually, maybe the last 2, I'm going to do more professionals. So I'm going to fill in these 2 buildings. So we're at 470. So everyone will kind of head their way over here. It's always about their first stop where they will end up. So the first person in Gary Station is a student, which is good. So this person was a student. They have no education, but they can be a worker. So they're going to head off. They're going to do their thing and become educated. So I think what the plan will be for the rest of it, so staff, doctors, 10, we're going to have to kind of see how everything fits in. The way the game works too is you can't just bring a bunch of people in, because if you do that, you'll also run into an issue where there's like a massive fluctuate of people, but then there's also a mass flux for a death wave that's going to roll over as well. And you don't really want a massive death wave. You want to make sure that everything is kind of interacting well with each other, and you can have a sustainable population, right? So I'm trying to just judge the number of what we're going to need, and nobody is really heading anywhere. We just have a bunch of workers sitting around. We do have workers boarding up. So I'm not sure if I need... Well, because right now it says that the citizens will go where they think is best. So it does look like they are heading out to go to work in these different locations. It's just currently a lot of places are filled with foreign workers that we brought in. So a lot of foreign workers probably won't be needed, which is good. So one thing and as well that we have to do is this bar or pub does not have any alcohol to sell, and that's just due to the fact that we have not set it up yet. So what we're going to need is just a closed hall, just a small one that will be able to move back and forth, just some alcohol. So I think we might have to... We do have a small hall here, but I think it's too big for what we need. So I'm just going to purchase another covered hall. And this one can be fairly small just because it's just going to be moving back and forth alcohol. So I'll probably just get the B1000 covered. Nice and cheap, nothing overly expensive that we need out of it. So that'd be honestly perfect. Awesome. So one thing that, again, I did notice is the school fills up so fast with garbage. It just piles full. Like, internal garbage stand is at 37% already, and out here is sitting at it's not filling up too fast. So I think that's good. These should head out when it is needed for them to gather garbage. I'm not sure if they wait until it makes more sense, because they can hold 6.5 tons. So I think they're probably going to wait until they need it. So we have a good surplus of people. And I'm trying to find out... Okay, so we are just getting stuck behind some slower moving vehicles. And that's why we're not being able to deliver the workers as quickly. But this is great. So one thing I didn't account for is having this rail construction office next to, in range of the quarry. Because remember what we did was we sent just enough that they can always make sure that this quarry is being maintained and that enough people actually have area to work. So they should head off to go work in the quarry, the gravel processing plant. Do I have to specify and tell them, hey, go work there? Is there just not... No workers, we cannot store or export mixed waste. Not sure what it means they cannot store or export mixed waste. So there's just a pile up happening of waste. These shouldn't they be in range? Yeah, they should be in range to pick it up. I'm not exactly sure why it is not. Oh, maybe it has to be this guy. So what we're going to do is we're going to order one more big garbage truck just because it looks like it has to be that guy. So he's going to head out, and I think what he's going to do is he's going to go pick up... yeah, he's picking up from the gravel processing because it is getting full. So perfect. So now they'll go pick up the garbage. And I think once the garbage is picked up, people should be allowed to work again, and they should be able to process. Yeah, okay. So it's just that there was just too much garbage piled up. They couldn't process anything, and it was making it so they couldn't do anything. So I guess you do really have to watch the waste that you do produce, because if there is too much waste, they just won't continue what they're doing. So let's see how many people. So we do have a bunch of workers sitting, waiting. We do not have, well, we do have some teachers, but they are not, yeah, they're not being met from who we have, which is a little rough. I'm not sure why we're not bringing in students. So maybe we should specify that they should go to the school. That's like one of their things that they should do, and they don't get to pick what's best for them. Like, hey, go to school, be teachers in the school. And then how about the doctors? So the doctors seem good. We don't have many patients that need to be treated, and everything seems to be getting picked up as needed. So that's good. Things are flowing good. And now, for me at least, it seems a little bit more chaotic, because I haven't really been this far. This is a lot of uncharted territory. Looks like a lot of people have just picked to go to the heating pump, which is currently not even doesn't even have any resources with it. That's okay. So what we need to do, I think all their demands are being met. We have an 84 happiness, unable to visit hospital, unable to drink alcohol, unable to get clothes, which shouldn't be accurate because we still have 1.52 tons. So this might just need to kind of offset itself. I think that is an issue. Like, when everyone comes in, like, they don't know that their needs can be met, so they don't have... Okay, so we do have a bunch of teachers. We can get... So what I think I might do, because this is full, this one's full, I'm going to start filling up this one. But what I'm going to do is invite immigrants from the third world so that they can just start filling the school with their education needs. So now these immigrants should fill up the school grounds, and we should see that resembled here, because they can have 85 with the amount of teachers that we are sending. So that's good. And then number of sellers, we seem to be okay here as well. This might be another thing where we have to tell them to go to work, and then we will offset it like this, just so that they are going to work in the shopping center. That's somewhere where we're going to force them to go, that you have to go to the shopping center. Okay, perfect. So it looks like we're still okay on the processing. This has no workers, which I do find a little hard to believe, because if we look at our transportation, and this is supposed to go to the heating plant. Yeah, so heating plant. No, that's not the right one. To here, right? This bus... Okay, this bus does have workers. Wow, it has 40 workers on it. Bunch of foreign workers as well. So this... I'm just going to max it out at 30. This is already maxed out. And then this is the other one that we should start construction on the coal. And then we'll also start construction. Might as well start construction on all of this. Actually, we can cancel. We can cancel construction on this. We don't need that constructed currently. But if we can set up construction on that, then that'll allow us to get some coal. And plus, these aren't doing anything anyways. All right, awesome. So let's see how we're doing. We have a lot of students just waiting. So that might mean that we might need to get a few more teachers. You see, we have some workers down right now. And we have a bunch. Is a bunch of them trying to go to school? What happened to all of our teachers? Oh, they're on free time for 16 hours. So they just become... Yeah, okay, because he just hit free time. He's on a working shift, and these are workers. So do they not get free? Do they not get free time? So I think that's the case. I think what needs to happen is that we need to have a lot more highly educated workers. So I'm going to bring in probably... You know, I'm going to fill this house just with highly educated workforce. So we're going to have a weird influx. Which might end up hurting us just a little bit, but I think that's okay because we're completely out of doctors. I mean, that's just not good at all to be completely out of doctors. So I think another place where I'm going to force them to go to is the clinic, the hospital, because I need to make sure that this is manned with doctors. Because if these people don't get treated, they will just die. And we don't necessarily want them just dying, right? We want them to last and be part of civilization. So I'm not sure why these are not going and grabbing waste. Maybe it's just they're still not full enough that it makes sense. Because we have 2.6 tons. Yeah, so these actually can carry more than what's in these. So they might just wait till they're completely full to even go make a trip. All right, so we have 103. We have a bunch of educated workers just waiting. Number of staff is 2. That's filling up. This is filling up. This is good. This is good. So professors are not filling up. So maybe if we tell them to go to work here, they'll start filling. I'm not fully sure how that whole thing works. Really not fully sure how it works. So it looks like these people are off to the university. Yeah, so professors are in. We're starting to finish. Yeah, we're researching. This is good. So it does look like I need to kind of designate where for sure I want people to go. Because other than that, they might not. Oh, right. So another thing that we did too, we have our small truck now, so they can go from the warehouse to the pub. And what we'll do is we'll tell it to load just alcohol, and we'll tell it to wait until unloaded of just alcohol, and we'll launch it. So now what this vehicle is going to do for us is it's going to go back and forth between the pub and the warehouse and just ensure that we have a nice number of alcohol stored up at the pub, so people can on their off time go to the pub and enjoy some beverageage, which is awesome. Okay, well, I think we're at least hitting the point where we have about 1,000 citizens. We look stable. It's looking good. Things are flowing. Things are moving. But we very much do need to make sure that we maintain. So this needs about 20 workers, and this needs about 5. And we have 2 minis, so we need about 25. So what I'm thinking that I might do... do we have any buses sitting around? I want a better bus, because I think those 2 minis are just not enough. They just don't really get the job done. So what I want to do is I want to purchase a new vehicle. I want to get a bus. So it's about 20. Yeah, 20 and then 5, so 25. So if we get a bus that can store about 52, 8, 7... wish there was a better number. So 52, 40, we need 25. So it honestly looks like another one of these buses, the Lux bus, would be our best bet. So I'm going to purchase another one of those. Once it gets in, I will set it on that line, because right now we're looking at this one here. So what I can do is these 2 buses are on that line, and I want to set line to vehicle to this one. And then when he gets there, I want, oh, actually he's already starting that trek. Okay, perfect. So I can say cancel, go to depot. Now he's just going to start his route, and he's going to do exactly what the other buses are doing. And then we can take these small microbuses, because we don't need them on the line, is we can tell them, need to remember how to tell them to go back. So if I go here and I go to this stop station. Oh no. Okay, here we go. Yeah, because this bus needs to get off of... Okay, now he's returning to depot. And now you're returning to depot, because we only need really 1 running, as long as it was a higher capacity, which is what we're getting, which is good. So it looks like we have a bunch of workers just hanging out. We're doing some good research on getting our geology up and running, so we can kind of see what's going on, and not a lot of people are getting sick. So I think at this point now I'm a little bit happier with what is going on. And I know that we're not going to kill a bunch of people, because we do have this constantly working, and they should be picking up workers, because we have a direct bus line. It's only 1, but this should hold enough that this holds enough heat and it doesn't bow out. So now that we have a good workforce of our own, what I'm going to do is I'm going to assign actually the bus pickup at Gary Station for all of my construction depots, as Gary Station is going to be the place. So we're still going to bring in some foreign workers. Maybe actually we don't need to. I think we have a pretty good basis. So the small warehouse or small customs, I don't think it's... Who is on this line? Okay, we do have somebody on this line. So let's cancel them on this line. We don't need this this line anymore. So how do we cancel? I just told the bus to go back, and then the large one as well. We don't need it doing that. It's just not needed. So we'll erase that from the line, because I think we have enough of our own workforce that we don't need to be bringing in more. Because how much can this holding? I think it was like, I think the capacity of this was 600, and we're filling it pretty full. And especially when we start filling these rest of these houses, I don't think we're going to need. Oh yeah, and here we go. Now the garbage cans are out. So I don't think we're going to need to be importing foreign workers. I think we can kind of do it ourselves. I do wish that this would send some workers in a little bit quicker. But now we can open this back up to the max 20, because we will be bringing about, well, I thought we would be bringing about 40 workers, but it seems as though, oh no, we're bringing 33. Yeah, so that should be good, because they'll fill, and then by the time it gets another load brought over, they will just be kind of starting another shift. So I want to make sure that these workers are actually going to head in. There's a traffic jam somewhere. Yeah, so we just dropped off a whole bunch of workers, and a whole bunch of workers just headed in. There was a traffic jam, but I don't believe it. What is going on? So you all waited to then say, yeah, let's all go. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, so I think what we're going to have to do is actually set up some yields and right-of-ways, because I have no idea what they're doing. Yield, right-of-way, yield, right-of-way. Okay, so now they're going to yield and give the roundabout the right-of-way, which is really what we need. Cool. All right, so yeah, this will continuously make heat. We're making water. I think we have a good surplus still. Yeah, we're producing a good amount of water. We're not hitting a deficit yet. And then once this is done construction and all of this is finished and finalized, we should be able to provide our own coal and won't need to have this dumper sitting there providing coal for this plant. It should just be able to do other tasks, which is always good. Awesome. Okay, so are we producing a ton of waste? No, it does not look like it. All right, well, I'm gonna do a quick jump cut when I kind of just ensure that the city's running and I don't want to keep looking back at it. I'll watch it for a little bit, and then we'll kind of start developing on our first industry. And I think our first industry might honestly be forestry. I heard it was one of the easier ones to get up and operational. So I'm just going to make sure and just maintain the city is actually up and functional before I kind of get distracted on other projects. So I'll be right back. All right. So after watching the city grow a little bit, just maintaining everything, I think I am pretty satisfied and ready to head off and ensure that other things are being met. We'll go from there. Yeah, I know it says its citizen health is low, but it's just because I invited a whole bunch more people, so it's gonna say, yeah, it's low, but it's really not. It needs to kind of level itself out. One thing that is happening is nobody is going and doing other things in like the police office, but I think it might be due to the fact that a lot of people, like, it is nighttime, so there's probably a lot of daytime workers that we have. Like, oh, but even here there's quite a fair bit of people on the podium, so maybe I have to set every single building where I want them to go work at. I don't know, maybe I'll see. I'm just gonna set it. I'm gonna see what happens, because maybe they just need to be told where to go and what to do. And I think that's, yeah, I think that's all of them for where they should go and where they should work, and then where passengers should go for their free time. I mean, they can figure it out. I'm not going to tell them where to go. Let's add this to the construction queue, if I can. Yep. Okay. Perfect. We'll add that to the construction queue. And as we are filling up our mixed waste, we could get a dump truck to take it from here and export at the border. But I think that's not really an issue that we need to really focus on right now. I think what we do need to focus on, this is a great starting industry, but it's not really producing us a large quantity constantly. It very much only gets to about 20, 30, and then it just kind of shuts off. So something that we will need to look into is actually doing an industry, and I think the industry I want to start with is wood and making myself boards, because if you export boards, or sorry, if you look at wood itself exports for $9. Then if you do boards, you can also export for $13, and it seems fairly easy to get into that industry and then just to become an exporter. And obviously, you know, boards, you don't really need many boards to do a lot of different things, like in construction. You can only 10 tons, so bricks is more. So either I wanted to do brick or boards and that, or I want to do bricks, because another thing too is bricks export for 20, and that's just going to continuously go up, and at least it's an industry that we could get into to actually start making us some money. Clothing is another good one, because you could do clothing and you could just import the fabric. This is something I showed in episode 1. You can import for 400, like you just import all the fabric for $403, but you can just export it all for 1,500. So I mean, for the meantime, when you can't make your own fabric, you can just export for 1,000. So I actually think I might actually do that instead, just because I think it's a lot more profitable, where I can just import fabric and then just export clothes, and I can just set it up so that they can easily build that. They don't really have to really worry about it, because they'll just kind of do it themselves. But what I do have to make sure is that it is within walking range. That is one of the things I do need to make sure happens. And I want to change the home of all of these vehicles, and I don't think I can. Yeah, I can at least do one, because I want to be able to get rid of this. So I might need to put down, just in the meantime, just so that I can get rid of it. Again, we're building one of these. I'm gonna put another technical office there. Delete that. Oh shoot, I did it again, man. Oh, you can cancel the demolition before it happens. Okay, good. Woo! All right, awesome. Okay, so then I will change the depot for that guy. Perfect. Okay, so now what I can do is I can actually demolish. Yes, and I'll get rid of the road, because then this should be within walking distance if I did something here. So what I might have to do is I might actually have to kick out these rails. Man, we just keep placing these rails and kicking them out as if they were nothing. I mean, I just gotta stop placing rails until I'm a little more established and want my rail connection. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna run it out like this, and then all I want is just clothing. I don't even want to put in the prospect of fabric, because we can figure out logistics later where we put it here. So we'll plan for it to be here, but we're just gonna put the clothes factory right in here, and I think it can easily fit, and it's in range of everything, which is perfect. And we can also put factories on the side of it, and then we can also put those factories to lead into the fabric, so they can kind of just grab their own fabric. And then it's good because we set up another substation, so if we need more power, we're perfectly able to grab more power. We don't have to really worry about it. So I'll do that, and then I'll set up some lines so they can walk. And then what we're going to do is this pumps out for the clothes. It pumps out about 1.2 tons of clothes per work day at 100% efficiency, and it needs 80 workers, which I think we can easily manage with our population, where we're going to keep growing. I mean, we haven't even filled, I don't even think we filled these back buildings. No, like we have not filled those back buildings. We've barely filled any of them. I think we've only filled this square and this one. So we still have tons of buildings we can fill up. So I think we're going to make quite a bit of clothes. So what I think I want to do, and I don't know if I want to have the rails so that they can actually bring in, we can do rails. I don't know if I want that because I do. One thing we're going to have to do is we're going to have this. We're going to have this running. Well, I guess we could. Can this come around? What I'm trying to think of is like, could we have this coming like this and then did it come out like this? This is the only thing. This is the only way I think this would work. So actually, can I think I might do is cancel that. I'm going to run it like this and I want to see. So that can connect, but that can't. Okay. So it might need to be moved over. Kind of where like this is. So if I do this, and then, yeah, this is going to be a bit of an issue. I don't know why I did it so tight. So could I, due to the fact that I didn't actually really connect anything, I just put a pathway. Can I cancel this footpath? I don't really need it. And then can I cancel this road? And then can I just hook how I had this up previously and then also still get the rail in? So I would set it up like this. And then I can set it up like out like that. I think that's how that would go. And then I should be able to, because it would be nice to just export it by rail and not have to clog up any more roads. But temporarily we're gonna have to just export it. So I think I do want to plan to have roads or rail tracks be the solution. So maybe what we could do is delete here, add in the warehouse, because these are, I don't need a massive one because I'm not going to be producing at such a large scale. I'm just kind of exporting everything. If I had like multiple factories, then yeah, sure, I'm going to need a massive amount. But if I did something like this, I could then, yeah, I could connect that in there and then I could run it like this. So then this would work, but then I couldn't really run it. In the comments, can somebody leave me and tell me if I can easily, if trains actually go through, what do you call, if they can go through like factories like this and just kind of bypass. I'm not sure, and I haven't really utilized trains much to even know if that's a thing. I'm honestly just kind of winging it and hoping that that's true, but I honestly have no idea. I'm just really, really hoping. So this actually should also be a junction where they can go through. And then I think what we're going to do is hook up the second one. And I will run it to here. And then I think I'll run it through. And actually this is going to be the out. So I'm going to need it to go... Can I go, if I go like this, and then I bring this to there, and then this. So building always, I feel like I'm always building a little bit backwards. And then this can go here, like so, and then that can go there. All right, and then this can run... Well, actually, what I should do is I should run this through. Like so. And then we can connect up. So then they can take an option to go to there. Or they can come... I want to see if I can hook up this, but it doesn't look like I can, which is okay. So the trains would have to come in, grab everything, and then what we could do is if they're heading out, I think they could just share... They could just share the track temporarily. So this would have to be a junction, right? So if anything's in this node, no train can go through. So that this train can make a decision of going back across the tracks and out. It's looking a little messy, but that's okay. It's just the beauty. It's just the beauty of the Union. Or the Republic, I should say. So that's how that's going to be set. I'm going to make this top priority. More priority than everything else, because I think this is going to make us probably the most profit. And with this being with this warehouse being a larger one, we can store the fabrics and the clothes all together, and then just have it so that it ships out. So once we get trains, we can ship it. But for current purposes, it's going to need to be us shipping it out. So that's okay, just by a closed haul. So that's all right. So yeah, we have a lot of passengers waiting around. We don't have anybody. Well, we actually do. We need staff and doctors. And we just have... So does it actually work where when you hire them, it gives them different shift times? I'm thinking that's how it might work, because currently we have just a lot of people waiting on doctors. And now a bunch of people are fluctuating in because they're finally finishing their break time. No, I think it all kind of just sorts itself out, because these people wait, like, right, they go to their job, but they wait on the platform for a lot longer. So I think that's fine. But I do... Oh, they're just clogging everything up, hey? Yeah, so these will get their workers from the population that we have. And they'll just kind of fill it up. Cool. Awesome. All right. Well, now that's set up. Now we're going to get some clothing in. We're going to actually hopefully start making some money and put a dent. Hopefully put a dent in our borrowed. We only have about 1.1 million remaining, but we also owe 1.3 million. So I really want to start making a dent in that what we owe and don't keep going into a deficit. So I think this will really help, because per ton we can ship and we can make a grand per ton, and we make 1 ton per day. So at least we can start offsetting some of these costs that we're accumulating, which it just keeps on going. Wow. Yeah, asphalt, steel. So hopefully we can offset some of these costs. Like, everyone's waiting on steel. I think I might actually make this road go further and hooks up in, just so that we don't have whatever this is. They can kind of choose to go around, because a lot of the construction, they're just hoping to go down here to focus on the construction. I really should have made it a two-way intersection in and a two-way out, but they could have had some more space. But that is all about learning in season 1, and potentially if season 2 comes around, it's now we learn, now we know not to do next time. So probably one of the things is make sure that we're getting a lot of steel. Now I'm trying to remember where I put my distribution, all of my distribution. I think I just deleted them and I never actually really put them back. Because what I should do is I should probably get this filled up, because this has a crane, and this crane will be able to fill up things quicker. And I think what I might put in there is our steel and our bricks, because it seems like steel and bricks are kind of the thing that really cause us the biggest backlog. So if we can get those in here, then we wouldn't have this massive long backup, which will allow us to get more vehicles in and out quicker. And then we wouldn't have to worry as much. And one thing I have to do is I do need to tell them to get their electrical components from here. I don't need them going to the border anymore. You can get them from the warehouse. Perfect. Yeah, so they should get it from the warehouse now. Yeah, I can see the traffic jam. Okay, so one thing that we're going to have to do, and I'm not sure the best location to set it, just because like it feels like every time I develop something, it's like developed and then I want to make a change and then it's like, oh boy. So I think maybe the best place is right here, because we do have the double-sided road. So if we make a mistake, it's not going to be the end of us. So let's set up 1, 2, and then let's get the open hauls, and let's get the big ones that we were having, these ones that do 13 tons. And let's do 1, 2, 3, and then in here we'll do maybe we'll just do the 3 open hauls to start with. We'll tell them to grab at the border, load, and then unload here, and we can tell them to store it at 100%. So what they'll do is they'll just store up everything here that I tell them. Like I said, I'm going to do steel and bricks, and then they'll just split this 50-50. So we can say is 50% bricks, 50%, or sorry, 50% steel, 50% bricks, and they'll just fill this up themselves, and we won't have to worry. And then with the claw, they can unload and load a lot quicker than kind of currently what's going on, where they're sitting in sense, just sitting forever. All right, cool. Let's get them in here. So now what we want to do is tell them to load steel and bricks, and then unload steel and bricks. We don't really have to tell them to unload because they're only going to have what they have. But just as a precautionary, we'll tell them that to load that. So I can actually take this, and I will tell them to do this part of the road, and then I'm also going to tell this part of the road. Because currently we're not really, I don't think, well, we don't need to use this part of the road. So if I block it up, we'll just kind of use the gravel road. So that's good. We'll assign the construction there, and then we should see a send out. Yeah, this steel is just causing a chaotic congestion. I really should set up another way to get in here, so they don't always have to use the same spot. So what I could do is I could set up a roundabout here, which then would allow them to access it from the backside, but I still think they would rather access it the way they are through here, and just cause a massive chaotic congestion traffic jam. So I want to, okay, I'm going to take away the steel storage, and I'm going to take away, is this the bricks? I think this is the bricks. Yeah, okay, take away the bricks. And I'll tell them to unload unload steel and bricks here, because they'll still pick up bricks. And then I'm going to copy and paste. So now, instead of them continuously trying to fill this up and just causing more to the traffic jam, they will fill this up, and hopefully we can see this traffic jam go away as they take away all of... Yeah, okay, this is going to start going away, because this is just getting chaotic. This is good. All right, this is going to be better. And then with that, we are going to need to tell them... So we're going to get the workers from Gary Station. The gravel's still the same. That's still the same. Steel, bricks. So we want you to get your steel from here. We want you to get your steel from here. Prefabs is still good. Boards are still good. And then, yeah, everything else is there. So now we can copy and paste this amongst everything. Awesome. Okay. So we should be pulling down the amount that we have importing, hopefully. That's the plan. And as we come to a closer conclusion to episode number 8, I do believe we're on now, actually. That's it's crazy. It's already been, well, by the time this episode releases, 8 days. For me, it'll be 6 days because I decided today to record 2 episodes. Yeah, one of the things we are going to run into is definitely this congestion backlog on these on the gravel pitches, because we can't really produce. We definitely need a bigger gravel pit. That is something that I'm going to have to invest into later. But I think if we're hitting a slowdown just due to gravel, I'm not super concerned. I'd rather not import gravel and save a little bit of cash on that before, and then we can offset when we get enough. When we get enough to be able to offset that, because I just don't want to. I don't want to spend more money that we don't have to. And as I say that, I'm planting trees, and I don't know if trees cost us money or not, but I'm going to plant trees, damn it. So I want to see if we can like save a little bit of money. So I'm not going to be too pressed on if we do or do not have gravel always. So I think what I want to maybe do, because it seems as though like the morning shift just like goes to bed and then people are just like waiting for doctors. So I think what happens if I purchase a bunch of doctors at night, that might have been too much. But now what should happen is we should have a good portion of morning crew, night crew, right? Because are these people dying or just going home? Because we're at 15, 29, ooh, 8. Yeah, somebody's dying. Starving. We're really starving? Oh. Huh. So we have enough sellers, but we just don't have enough food. Who's transporting food? So you're just transporting beer. You're transporting meat. Are you hitting that requirement? You are. You are very much in that requirement. That's good. But what is not is this line here. You are bringing... So currently you have a bunch of alcohol. You have like no food. You have enough electronics. Are you waiting till empty? Let's see. I don't really need you. I need you to just constantly go back and forth. I was like, are you? No, you're not waiting till loaded. Where are you? You are getting fuel. Okay, I need... This is kind of dire. So what I'm going to need to do is, I think what I have to do is put more trucks on this route. Oh, we're also going to need to figure out the wear and tear that we're putting on these trucks. Oh boy. Okay. Yeah, let's just switch these depots real quick. We have to figure out this starving issue. Let's send this covered haul over, and then what we'll do is for here, we will copy the line and paste it on you. Don't go to the depot, just please go get us some more food. And maybe what I actually might do is advanced settings. What I might do is I might say that you can only carry only this resource. You just solely, because I think if we run out of clothes, it's not a big deal. But if we run out of food, so we are treating patients finally. We should bump this. Yeah, we need to bump this up. We need a lot more. We need more doctors. Doctors, we have no workers. I find this hard to believe. What are we wasting? So we have 13 professors. I'm going to lower the number of researchers to just 8, and I'm going to decrease the amount of professors, as we need to ensure that we have enough workers present to make sure that the doctor's office, yeah, because we're... Okay, what is going on? How do we not have enough doctors? I have so many doctors. Okay, so this one's fine, because whatever. Unable to participate in sports. Okay, well, let's up that to 8, because that's just workers, and we probably have an we don't even have an over excessive amount of workers just hanging out. Workers. Yeah, I'm not fully sure, because they're waiting to be treated, but they're not, so they're dying. So I'm trying to figure out what is going on here. Need staff and doctors. We don't have any staff nor doctors. You also don't even have fuel. See, it seems as though, like, my doctors, like, they're all being used early. See, they get 16 hours of free time. That's more than I get, to be honest. It's stupid. Okay, so hold on. These all have inner fuel tanks. So what we can do is we can tell them to fill the inner tanks. So if they get 16 hours of free time, that means we're going to need a lot more. You are working, but where are you? So you are heading... There's children? Wait, where are you heading to? No way you are an educated worker and you are going to work on the technical service building. Number workers outside construction office. How do I tell it 0? Look at all these talented workers just wasting their time. Get out of there. I don't know how to... Do I want this set to 0? Because it seems as though they're like just chewing up my workers. They're not even... Yeah, they're chewing up the time of the dedicated workers. And that's not good. Yeah, because we're having people die. This is not good, everyone. This is really bad. So bad that it might be almost the perfect place to leave everybody on a cliffhanger of will we weather this storm, or will we see everyone kind of perish? Because currently we're hitting a point where it's a little close for comfort. I think I need to kind of examine what is going on and why we're having some of these issues where, like here. So maybe I'll leave this off. Maybe I'll do this for the last part of the episode. I'm going to delete these buildings and state that if you are not a part of the construction, if you do not get picked up by the construction office, you do not work. You focus on your job. Like, you're a doctor, man. Why are you... Another thing too is, like, why are all these doctors now just waiting? Working shift, waiting on platform. Why are they not going to the hospital? There are no staff, workers with basics. So doctors are heading over now. Like this guy's been waiting. He was just waiting on the I don't understand that. He was just waiting. Yo, I deleted these so that I can replace them with the 0 aspect attached. See if that would help anything. Which way did I have this? Was it not this building? No, I'm sure it was. I'm not sure. Okay, let's just place back these because I know these were here and here. I can set up paths. All right. Well, I guess I'm gonna need some help in the comments of what is actually going on, because okay, now they're filling up. And we're bringing in enough food that we're not losing demand. Okay, good. So we're at 50% happiness, 983 times starving, lack of meat, unable to visit hospital, unable to get electronics, unable to enjoy culture, unable to drink alcohol, unable to get clothes, low government loyalty. Oh, wow. Okay, well, this should be offsetting itself because we have now 2 trucks and one just dedicated to bringing food. This should be good. And we should have enough workers and enough people. There's another thing too, is eventually once they go through school, we should have an influx of workers once they graduate, and I don't know how long it takes for them to graduate, which is a problem. Can we bump this to 15? So they're treating patients, and patients are stacking up. Do we need more no, because we have educated workers, but they're just sitting on the platform. I'm honestly very quite lost. I'll be honest, I am very quite lost. So I think that chaotic lostness and not knowing what is going on or how to fix this issue, I think that's where we're going to leave it with today. I have to go do some research on figuring out what am I doing wrong, because again, we are just losing more money, not gaining any money. So I'm really hoping that season 1 doesn't come to a screeching halt because we ran out of money. We're not understanding why people aren't doing kind of what they need to do for work. But hopefully we can get this clothing factory up, get somebody to start bringing something, because even to here, what is going on here? Why are you... Seems like you're just stuck. I'm unsure. So yeah, hopefully everything kind of sorts itself out. Hopefully I can figure out how to sort it out. Maybe we're just taking too much of a demand away from the city. We're not leaving enough at the city, and they're kind of just working away doing their own thing. I'm not exactly 100% sure. It feels like we have enough people. Feels like we have enough that can maintain. Maybe I did figure something out right where we need to just have more nighttime workers, so maybe we need to hire another influx. Well, no, we shouldn't. They should be able to work. I'm not sure why they're not going over there. So, okay, maybe what we need to do... This will be the last thing before we end the episode, because I know we said we're going to end it. What we're going to do is... So this is the school shopping center. So what we might do is 35, 40... So they're going to go to the hospital. The technical school, I'm going to say about 5%. Police station, 5%. The school, we'll do 10. The cinema, we'll do 1. Do 4. Well, then we're out. Sports hall. So maybe we'll confirm this. We'll cancel. I wonder if they're not going because we're saying how much a percentage should go. Unspecified. Citizen decides where they think is best. Do I think that that is best? Let's let it run and see. Because maybe I'm just telling them to do it wrong, and they're just they would be better off just to kind of man themselves, which it kind of looks like that might be the way to go. Let them kind of man themselves and figure where they think is best to go. Anyway, so hopefully we figure it out. I want to do some research so that we don't season 1 doesn't end up flunking, and we can continue to keep going on. So I appreciate everyone tuning in for another episode of Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, episode 8, and I hope everyone has a good rest of their day if you watch this early, or have a good night if you're watching it late, and I will see you on the next one.